say this, I absolutely love the conversations going on. Everybody is just mingling with each other. There's so much positive energy in the room. So I just want to tell you guys I am absolutely feeling that. And then we'll go ahead and introduce our next speaker. Okay, so now, this next introduction is a very, very special one. That is because this is the man who built the vision that you're about to hear. That you're about to hear laid out in full. He's an E-Estate strategic partner and the first ambassador. And he is here to walk you through the E-Estate vision, the presentation, and the solution that we've built for you. So please give a major round of applause for the man himself, Mr. Anthony Deloach.
Let's go. All right, let's get ready to go. Man, y'all excited still? All right. Y'all know we like a lot of energy in here. Want everybody to be alive and awake. That's why we want to do a little break before we start. We are going to feed you guys today, though, just in case you want to starve. We're not going to let you starve. We got food coming in. If Victoria Peterson was here. So, but yeah, we got food coming in, so we're gonna break for food at 1:30. So we'll have that, you'll have until 2:30, and then we'll reconvene after that. But I do want to go ahead, let's do another giveaway. Let's give away some, well, first let's give away some t-shirts, all right? So, let's do this. I wanna ask, who personally, have the most people in the room personally? Not just your whole organization, if somebody else brought them, invited them. Who personally has the most people here in the room today? If you have more than 2 people, raise your hand. See what? He's trying to count individual personalities. Said Sally and Sue, we're going to count. All right, so, all right, who has more than 2? All right, who has more than 3? All right, more, keep your hand up. You got more than 4? All right. Anybody more than 5? More than 6? Ooh. More than 7? More than 8? This is nice. More than 9? Between you two, who has the most?
Well, I brought him, so I don't know why he's got his hand.
This is your son, right? He learned very fast, right? Like, what's dad's is mine. I'm getting this, right? This is good stuff. All right, so we have t-shirts for both of you all. So just get with my wife and she'll get the size for you, whatever we have left, all right? Let's give it up for them. Bring in people in the house. All right, good stuff. We're gonna have some more giveaways throughout, so pay attention. Be very alert with this, right? Because we're going to have some absolutely phenomenal giveaways, as you know. That's what we do. But I want to also, let's do this really quick. I would be remiss if I didn't do this. Let's give it up for our CEO, Brandon Stevenson. Right? I want to tell you, I've worked with a lot of CEOs, a lot of them personally. And I will hands down say Brandon has been the best one that I've worked with. Very best. Any of the other strategic partners, y'all in here, you agree with that, right? The very best one that I've worked with, he doesn't hold back anything, right? He wants to see the community succeed. He wants to see individuals succeed, and that's always on his mind, right? And that's one of the things that I love about him. He communicates consistently, so that's the big thing. So let's give it up for not only Brandon, but Mike also. Let's give it up for having incredible leadership. Success will always rise and fall with leadership. And I've seen that happen with so many other companies that they failed because leadership got greedy. They failed because leadership thought it was more about the product than it was about the people. Right? And I want to tell you that this company understands that the success of this company is more about the people involved. And that's why we're having these events. We're having so much that's happening right now that help people get involved in this, because the company is dedicated to that. And I want to be real quick and actually give a shout out to our strategic partners, right? Let's give it up. We got some incredible strategic partners. These were handpicked by the CEO, by the corporate staff, and these individuals dedicate a lot to the company. They're dedicated to the vision of the company. They're dedicated to the mission of the company. And everybody brings something individual to the place. We got Deanna that's outside on the table. How many of y'all saw Deanna? There she is! Big shout out to Deanna. Right here, right? And then you guys heard from Daryl this morning, the best wealth educator on biblical principles. Let's give it up for Daryl Porter. Man, does anybody talk crypto better than Brandon Ivy? I haven't seen anybody. Let's give it up for Brandon Ivy. Man, sometimes he breaks it down. Like it is valuable. If you ever listen to his crypto talk, anybody ever listen to his crypto talk?
Yes, sir.
He goes into everything. My wife is the one that logs on, but I'm listening in the background, and I was like, he's about to make me a lot of money, right? Like, just thinking about the different things is just incredible on how he explains that. But then also, not in the building, but Rashid Hill is also one of our strategic partners, and he talks about leadership like no one else as well. So one of the things is that he's leading a team that's absolutely incredible, that's making some things happen. So we're excited about him as well. Let's give it up for all of our strategic partners. About, right, is the company. You guys got the education, right? You got the wealth education from Daryl. You got the crypto education. Now we're talking about the company that's bringing all of this together, right? Where we can take those principles that Daryl talked about and that education about tokenization that Brandon Ivy talked about, and we can put it together in an incredible company that's revolutionizing the real estate space. How many of you all know right now that this is the easiest and the fastest path to passive cash flow in real estate, period? How many of you all will agree? I think we gotta get back to that, right? Because when I saw this, that was the solution that I saw. I didn't know of any other way that someone else could earn passive income from real estate in this way. Brandon Ivy talked about the short-term rental. Anybody ever heard about being a co-host for like Airbnb or short-term rental, right? That's a way to do it, right? There's people that go out there and do that. But is that easier than this? How many of y'all know there's some trouble that comes along with co-hosts? Right? And it depends on what type of co-host. If you're a full co-host, you might have to answer some calls in the middle of the night. Right? Y'all understand? You understand that the profitability is not going to be what we have with e-estate. This is why we have the easiest and the fastest passive income path, right? So here's the other thing. How many of you all have ever tried to do a rental property? A straight up rental? Anyway, I want to tell you, you might not want to, right? No, I'm not going to tell you that. But here's what it's not as easy as what people think. Everybody thinks passive income from real estate. They say, go buy a rental property and then do that. I'm going to show you guys some numbers that's going to make you think about that again. Because it is, first of all, you got to deal with tenants, toilets, and termites. Right? I want y'all to get that. You got to deal with, if you're going to become, you actually buy another job. You buy another job because you have to become a landlord. And here's the thing. How many of y'all know tenants pay, their rent is due on between the 1st and the 5th. When do you think they pay? The 5th. And, right, there you go. Somebody's been a landlord before, right? You lucky if you get it on the 5th. Right? Most of the time it's going to be on the 15th after that little yellow, pink, whatever notice that comes in there. Like, hey, look, you know what? If you're going to kick me out, then I'm going to pay it.
Yeah.
So what I want to tell you guys is that it's not as easy to become a landlord. You got to come up with the money up front. You got all these things that you got to do to become a landlord, but we don't have to do that. Through the power of tokenization, we get to participate in the new era of real estate. And these are major benefits. First of all, it's accessible to the masses. Let's give it up for that $10 entry point again, right? Now, I'm going to do a comparison, right? And I forgot, was it Heath I was talking to? Well, look, it was when we were talking about $26,000 in the bank, and you get an interest payment, sometimes that says 97 cents for the month. Now, right? Do y'all realize $10 in an E-Estate Miami property will pay you 80 something cents a month, right? 84 to 88 cents a month. That's what people ask, like, hey, look, but if I do this $10, it's only gonna pay me 88 cents a month. Your 25 to 26,000 would pay you 97 cents a month. So I want you to understand that you are positioning yourself well. I am going to show you how even with our lowest performing property that we still outperform anything out there that you would get with a savings account, annuity, or a CD. That's how powerful this is. Man, it's also this digital ownership, our back. How many of y'all like our back office? They're always enhancing the back office. It works. It works. It works, right? Because I've been in platforms before which they're down all the time. Y'all ever been involved in that? And stuff that, oh man, you never know, you can have that 404 error. Our website works, right? The income potential. You're gonna earn income over here on a new level. We have a diversified portfolio. How many of y'all like that we are adding properties left and right now, right? We have so many different properties for people to participate in, and no landlord burden. That's the main benefits of e-estate. But here's what I like to talk about too, because we're here to talk about this vision. And I want to tell you, I always tell my story. When they contacted me, and we were just reflecting over this the other day, when they contacted me back in November of 2024, it was just on, hey, look, a consultant basis, right? Just like with Brandon Ivy. So it was on a consultant basis, hey, look, we're going to do this. I seen you've done tokenization platforms before that didn't work. We want to just find out how can we make ours work the right way, because we want to launch this to the market. So we did that, we consulted, everything. They came back to me, right? When it was months later when they came back to me, and then they said, hey, look, we think we're gonna go ahead and do this thing. As a matter of fact, we already got plans to do this. I was like, okay, cool. Still, plans weren't enough for me, right? I'm like, everybody plans to do something. And then they came back, and it was like, hey, look, we made progress. They had a document, right? That was like, this is progress, right? So now we got a document. I got a PDF document. And I'm like, okay, we got a PDF document. That is some progress, I'll see. But here's what got me is that even though we only had the PDF document, we didn't have a website. Guess what we had? They said we have already tokenized properties. We acquired properties. How many of you all think $100 million of property is a good thing, right? All right, that's powerful. And I was like, okay, you acquire properties. I said, well, what about the token? Because I'm not going to be involved with a pump and dump. Y'all ever seen some of those? Right? I said, I'm not going to be involved with a pump and dump. They said, no, don't worry about it. We got our token. We're doing on the Binance Smart Chain. So first of all, it's not some token that's just only in your back office. Is one thing, right? This is a token on the Binance Smart Chain, and it's going to be backed by real world property, and it'll never fluctuate in value. I said, this is going to be a game changer if you can pull it off. And when they came back to me, and then they started showing me different documentation. We had the buyer PDF, right? The original version, we had the buyer PDF. And they said, look, this is how we're going to do it. We had 9 properties on the platform, right? We had all of this stuff, but when they said we're going to launch in June, I said, well, you got enough stuff for me to go. See, I didn't have as much as you guys have to go ahead and get started on. It took a lot of faith, right? But from my communication with the leadership of the company and seeing everything that they had established, that's what said, look, you know what? I'm going to give this a chance. After I had said that I really wasn't doing anything else. I was like, I wasn't, because I've seen so many things fail people. But I said, look, I want to give this a chance because they have all the key ingredients that make for a successful platform. If they don't mess this up, because people got a tendency of messing some stuff up, right? Y'all ever seen some CEOs mess some stuff up, right? They come in to change stuff for the worst. You were like, oh, this is not going to work. But this was absolutely phenomenal. So when I saw the growth that we've had, we did phenomenal results in 2025, right? But going into the first quarter of 2026, when we saw the results that we had, imagine going from 1,600 agents to 3,600 agents in 3 months. How many of y'all call that growth? Let me see the hand. That's growth, right? This is powerful growth. We went from 9 properties to the end of 2025, we had 11 properties, then to 12, and to see where our property portfolio is now. How many of y'all like that? Let me hear some noise for that. We went from $10 million 90,000 EST issued to 10,944,000. Our community members grew from 11,300. Now this is a major growth to 18,200 plus people in 3 months.
Yes, sir.
How many of you all are excited to see what happens over the next year? Let's hear some noise. That's going to let you know that you're in the right place at the right time more than anything else. This is the type of growth that you want to see. Now, when it comes to compliance and verification, yes, we meet all those standards. You hear us on the presentation talk about this, but this is very important. How many of you all know that it's very important that we do KYC? Not only on personal, but on business. We're trying to meet the standards for international regulations, all of that type of stuff, right? We meet the Financial Action Task Force standards, the anti-money laundering standards, and the legal entity identifier standards. We meet all of that. We filed Form D with the SEC. Now, let's give it up for the company for doing that as well, right? There's so many companies that would rather hide and duck and try not to do this stuff instead of going, here's what we're doing. Let's put the information out there for you. Not only did we file Form D with the SEC, the company went back and amended and filed again with the financial reporting. This is powerful what the company is doing right here. Now, no, it's not an approval or guarantee. It's not supposed to be. But we understand that this is going to a multi-billion-dollar company with the potential to go into trillions of dollars the way our company is set up. How many of y'all are excited about being involved with that, right? This is absolutely incredible. So we need the right things in place to make sure that we can actually do that. And the company is taking those steps and measures to make sure that we have those things in place. And the company is prepared to address whatever may come up, because as Brandon Ivy said, there's going to be a battle to fight because of how powerful and how revolutionary what we're doing is. We're at the forefront. That's why, did y'all see that we're one of the best of 11 companies they talked about? At the top.
Yes, sir.
We're the best real estate tokenization company that's out there. No one's making the moves like we're making, so that's powerful. Now, here's what I want to do. We got real properties, yes, across residential, commercial, and development properties. So we have all different type of properties. Now, before we get into this, I want to show you guys something here. To put this out here, right?
Yes.
Do y'all see how crazy this is? This is the comparison of a savings account, right? This is the national average APY compared to our Venetian villa. How many of y'all saw the Venetian villa starting at $100, right? And I heard some talk around it, and now people were like, hey, well, I don't know if I'm really feeling this one. Let me do a comparison for you. This is our newest and lowest performing property on the projected performance, right? But I want you to look at the traditional system. This is from Bankrate. This is the national average is 0.61 APY, 0.61%. That's per year. And we have daily returns on this Venetian villa that's 0.25% to 0.31%. Our lowest performing property. Now, when you put numbers up here like this, and this starts at $100, right? Some people may look at that and not really understand the difference. So I want to show you the difference, right? This is the difference. If you had $25,000 in an account, your monthly earnings on 0.61% APY. Now, most people aren't even getting that. There's a lot of people in their accounts getting 0.1% or 0.01% on some savings accounts. Check it out for yourself. But this is that national average of 0.61%. You would make $12.67 off of $25,000. But what you will see here with 0.25% to 0.31% daily returns, now this is on 30 days, it should have been on the 22, but you get the difference here. How many of you all would like the numbers on this side of the screen more than that side of the screen? Right? That's the power of what we have in estate. And you can't get this hardly anywhere else where you're gonna be talking about real estate, where you're gonna talk about something that we have now. Somebody was like, hey, well, the break even on that one is like 16 months. You know what the break even is? On a savings account, right? That's what I was about to say. We got, Daryl has it in, I think it's his book. He's got a teaching on it. I got it in my book. The rule of 72. How many of y'all heard of that? The banker's rule of 72. That's how long it's going to take your money to double. Right? So if you are getting 1%, you're not. But if you're getting 1% per year, 72 years for your money to double. 72 years. Look. 20, and this is the plan that people want to create wealth with. Somebody told them to put money in their savings account, and your money is going to double. So you can put, well, I'm going to put the compound effect. How you going to do it? How you going to do it, right? So this is why you need, remember, velocity, right? You need to increase the speed at which you earn. So you need to put your cash in the assets that bring you more cash at an accelerated rate. And that's why you see, most people are trying to do that, but they haven't found a vehicle that works long enough for them to be able to do it. But here we have a vehicle, and we already celebrated over a 1-year anniversary, where a lot of people said it would never happen, right? A lot of people said it would never work, but we've been here for over a year, consistently performing, and as most of the speakers have said, nobody has lost a dime. Give it up for ESA, right? Nobody has lost a dime. But you know what? A lot of people have hit that break-even point. That break-even point. How many in here have met a break-even point? Look around the room, guys. We got people who already met their break-even points on their properties. That means that everything from there is just all profit. This is why we gotta really realize and not take for granted what we have our hands on. Even if people come in and say, well, that lowest property, there's a lot of people like, when I got into, here's what my thing was. I was like, I don't know, maybe it earns too slow. Anybody ever heard that before?
Yes, sir. Yes.
We got some, now some of y'all not from the crypto space. This is what I also try to tell people. This is more for the masses than anything else that we've done. It's not just for those who are into high-risk crypto things. Because you know what the high-risk crypto people are looking for? I need something to pay me 3% a day.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But I want it to be real. And I want it to last forever.
Yes, sir.
How many of y'all know this not going to happen? It's not going to happen. They want 3, 4, 5% a day. But then they tell me, well, I don't want to be involved in no Ponzi and no scams. It sounds like exactly what you want to be in, right? If it pay high enough, they won't even ask you some questions.
That's right.
Right? They be like, oh, it's 5% a day. Man, I'm going to throw my 10,000 in there. Do you even know anything about it? I've had people do it literally, right? But I'm telling you, what is good is we have an opportunity that people can participate in, that we have real properties, right? We got real assets that people can participate in. How many of you all have went in and looked at the passports for the properties, right? We have the tokenized passports for the property, and what is exciting about this is that you get to look at in-depth information about the property. When you go in and you want to look at it. This is something that, once again, that we didn't have at the very beginning. But we built this company even without having all of this stuff. So now that we have all of this stuff, the growth is going to go even further. How many of you all, let me ask, who got a piece of the lake? Who gets paid from the lake house? Yes. Let's give it up, right? We're getting paid from the lake house. Beautiful property here. That's in Lakeside, Oregon. I love the way this property is set up, man. Who knows the minimum to get started with this property? $250. You guys know what I'm talking about. There you go. All right, listen, we have another property. Indio, California. This is the Desert Villa. Who has some of the Desert Villa? Who's getting paid from this property? There you go. I love it. What does this one start with? $1,000. There you go. What are your projected returns? Let me see if anybody knows that. 109. He's been studying. He was like, I got this right here. I got this right here, right? Look, that's the project, not a guarantee, but that's the projected income on a monthly basis from that one. How many of you all know the Sunset Villa though? Sunset Villa, y'all getting paid from that one too?
Yes.
Absolutely incredible. What's the minimum for that one?
15.
You guys been studying this, right? This is what I'm talking about here. Let's go. Samara Villa. All right, who's getting paid from this one? Incredible. So this one is all, who knows the minimum for this one? 10,000. 10,000. Imagine this, right? Imagine having all these different types of properties that we get to earn from. But I want to point out something here. Do you guys see how many sold out properties we have?
Yes.
You know, Brandon I was just talking about that there's a finite amount of Bitcoin available. There's a finite amount of tokens available for each property. And we've had the ability to sell out our apartment in Seattle, Washington. We've had the ability to sell out the house in Arch Cape, Oregon. We've had the ability to sell out our Maui villa that's in Hawaii. Our Bali villa that was in Indonesia. We also sold out the commerce property in Phoenix, Arizona. The business property in Los Angeles. This is what we've been able to do. We're just getting started. We're just getting started, and we sold out these properties, but we still got plenty that are available for you to actually participate in. This is powerful. Our top property, now I don't know, we got a business development property in here. Well, it's my next purchase, but anybody in here already have business development? I don't know. Anybody got the business development property?
Yes.
All right, we work. That business development property. How many knows what the entry point? I want to know who really is working on it. That's what I'm talking about. We got some people that's really going to get there. They've been like, I'm looking at that. Do you know that that property right now, it averages, your projected income is over $48,000 per month. $48,000 per month. Hold on, wait a minute. If you actually get started with this one, once you get to buyer level 5, you get started with this one, right? I'm gonna ask you a couple questions about this. If you do it before August 1st, what happens if you purchase? You get another property. Wow, is that not powerful?
Yes.
Right? Where else are you gonna get this? You're projected to earn just under $70,000 per month. That's crazy, right? Now I want you to think about this. Somebody builds a portfolio to get there. They're making more than that because they had to get up to buyer level 5, right?
Yes.
So they're making more than that. But imagine that if they just do that and have no one in their organization. What if they're not even an agent?
Awesome.
70,000. Your break-even time, how many know break-even on average? 5 months. How many of y'all think that will be worth a 5-month risk? Look, a 5-month depreciating, it's a declining risk. What do you mean declining risk? Every day I'm getting paid from it. So every day my actual risk goes down. In 5 months, I've earned everything back. That's how powerful this is, guys. We have something that no other people have. And the bonuses that we have now, incredible. So we have something to show anybody. We can show them the strategy, working their way up to buyer level 5. I actually like the buyer levels though. You know why? Because I've been in opportunities before, and what do the whales do? They come in to buy the highest thing. Right? And what happens is they will neglect the other properties. But what if now there's a systematic process to that? But what I love about it also for agents, and we're going to talk about the agent plan, what I love about it for agents is that with this, you don't have to have an auto ship. Right? What do I mean? So some of y'all not familiar with network marketing. I know we don't have the right. But look, if you're gonna, how many of y'all know about residual income? Right, so you know about residual income. So one of the biggest components of network marketing is the residual income that you're supposed to create, right? So most of the time to create residual income, you're either going to have an auto ship where you got to order products even if you don't want them or need them.
That's right.
It's the truth, right? Y'all been involved, right? Let's just tell the truth today. So you would put people on the auto ship. You're going to get 30 bars of soap every month. I don't care if you didn't use the other. You're going to get 4 boxes of tea. I know you're tired of tea, right? You're going to get $3,000 worth of weight loss product. I know you already lost the weight. It's all right. We just need you to keep buying it, right? Or now the latest thing, they put you on a subscription. Y'all seen that?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, $99 a month for what? Learn how to trade. I already know how to trade. It don't matter. Just pay the $99, right? Or whatever else the thing is, they'll put you on a subscription, which you have. And the thing is because they have to pay more money. Guess what happens a lot? Attrition, right? You guys understand that a lot of people, they ain't gonna tell you they quit. The card is gonna decline. How many of y'all know I'm telling the truth? They ain't gonna never come to you saying that I don't think I'm gonna do this anymore. No, that next month you be like, this didn't renew. Why? Because the card, well man, I changed my bank card and the way my checking account is set up, and my savings is gonna have to transfer it. It didn't transfer from over there, and so that's the reason why, right? This stuff happens. We don't have to do that though. Why? How about having something that people are eager to purchase more of without your prompting? How about setting up a strategy for somebody because you're trying to help them maximize what they're doing? So you say, hey, look, here's what you start with. You only can start with 10. How often can you do 10?
That's a good one.
Right? Because we're building something here. How many of y'all know we're building something here? Even if you're just a client, we're building something here.
Yeah.
I want to build a portfolio that pays, regardless if you're an agent. I want to give a word out to all the agents. If you're an agent, build your own portfolio.
Yes, sir.
Why? You want to know what type of posture it gives you when you're talking to somebody? Now, look, I'm gonna tell y'all the truth. How many of y'all wouldn't care if they get started if you was already making $20,000 a month? Your portfolio pays you $20,000 a month, right?
Yes, sir.
So when I talk to you, you be like, man, I don't think, bye, right? We're not doing this today. Not today. You don't get it? Are you gonna follow with me? I got my $20,000 last month. Did you? Right? I'm not gonna follow it. Maybe you need to follow up with me. Like I always say, my mentor told me, he said, man, the fortune is a follow up, but sometimes you gotta go make a fortune and then follow up.
Yes, sir.
Right? Go out there and make and then with this you can. I don't have to go sell a whole bunch of people on other stuff. I can literally focus on building my portfolio and say, when I first started talking to you, I can tell you myself. When I first started posting out there, I was posting my results because I started with the LA Villa. I was making about $400 a month. I would post my results out there. Some people would look at it and say, oh, I want to get involved. Some people did. It got to the point that I can't even post my results anymore. First of all, half of them not going to believe it. And the other one's going to ask me for some money. Right? I would tell you the truth, right? So I can't even post my results anymore. They look at the results and be like, oh, that's enticement. Why? Because it even make the regular site, it even make me want to do it. Right? So this is what I'm saying, is that we have an opportunity now. And somebody was just talking in the hallway about sharing this and about like, hey, how do you share this? Let me tell you, one of the biggest things you can do is become a journeypreneur.
Yes, sir.
You don't have to convince, provide value, right? And show your journey. Show what you're doing. You don't even have to do it. Hey, look, I started out with 1 property. Now I have 10 properties in my portfolio that are paying me passive income on a daily basis. I started out with this. You can just show your journey. Show when you got started. Show all of the emotion. How many of y'all know Chelsea Lears? How many people here know Chelsea, right? Have y'all witnessed her share her journey? I saw it from the very beginning. All she's doing is sharing her journey, and people are coming along to join her on the journey. And that's exactly one of the easiest ways to do this. And we have an incredible story to share with people right now. So that's what I'm excited about this. Now, this was some daily profit. This was from the 16th. I'll update this another time, but this is the type of profits.
Your wife said you got 3 minutes.
I got 3 minutes. Give it up for my wife, right? Let's give it up. She's gonna keep it. She just said it's because she's hungry. I didn't feed her this morning. She was like, look, we got to get to this food before all right, but that's a good place for us to go. But when we come back, we're going to get into some money, right? Y'all ready for the money? Yeah. All right, we're going to get deep into the money. but we got food for you guys, right? And we want to make sure that you guys eat good today. Make sure that you get enough. I'm going to have my brother Daryl Porter to come up and bless the food so that we can do that.
Come on, Pastor Sidney, don't let.
All right, there you go.
Yes, sir.
Pastor Sidney Minor, let's give it up.
Shall we all bow? Dear Lord Father, once again, dear Lord, we bow our heads in humble submission. At this time, dear Lord, we want to thank you for what's going on today, dear Lord. You've been such an amazing God. But at this time, dear Lord, we want to pray for the food. May it be a blessing to our bodies and to our minds. We give you all honor and all praise. It's in Christ's name we pray. Can we all say amen?
Amen.
Thank you so much. With that being said, let's eat.